Orange chicken is, I think, my soulmate.
When did I become such a blackie?
Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
You are a disrespectful piece of...
Hey Corals, welcome to another Amberlynn video. This one is just her talking again. She really doesn't do much, so I'm just going to react to some of the stupid things she's saying, I guess. So bear with me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. There's a Discord server linked in the description and pinned comment if you want to come chat or hang out. Feel free to leave me a comment with your thoughts or feedback below. I respond to all of you, and I love hearing from all of you. Thank you, and let's get into the video. So for this video, I'm skipping to basically the middle of it. The first half was just her talking about her hair and nails.
Okay guys, so this whole thing with like my surgeon and the reaction channel doxing him, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
First off, I would not consider what happened doxing. Doxing is when you give someone's personal information out on the internet, and they didn't do that to the surgeon. They simply stated the clinic he was at and that Amber was visiting him.
Genuinely thought people weren't really gonna care, because I feel like that's usually what happens. Like I share something that is like really big to me.
But she says this every time one of these situations comes up. She comes on and she's like, I wasn't expecting people to react to this as much as they did, but they did. She does this every situation, so I don't know why she's still surprised that people end up reacting to it.
And a lot of people make it really small, but a lot of you have been like, wow, that was wrong. I've also received a lot of people asking me a few questions about the situation, so I figured I would answer them for you guys. So the first one being is, why did you lie about your surgeon? Because a lot of people went back and they were like, wait, I thought your surgeon was in a different state. Wait, I thought your surgeon was a female. I'm confused. So yeah, I did lie. I did lie about who my surgeon was. I lied about where they were, and it's because I wanted to steer Narcalert. I wanted to steer Kicking Geese, which are the two reaction channels who did dox him. But it was first Narcalert, and then Kicking Geese decided to do that as well. And
again, not doxing. So Narcalert goes more into this situation in her video reacting to this video, so I'll probably link that below. I'll go deeper into what happened and try to kind of sum it up as we get further into this video.
Several live streams, she would pull up, you know, his seminar, pull up his name and say that this is Amberlynn's surgeon. I wanted to steer people away from my personal medical information and life, because I don't think that's anyone's business, honestly. So I was trying to protect myself. So
I think there wasn't really a point to telling who her surgeon was. I still don't think it was doxing. I don't see the point in it, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as Amber makes it out to be. Let me know your thoughts.
I stated multiple times that my surgeon was female and that it was in a different state than where I was actually living. I only ever did that because I was scared, since I knew that he was doxxed. So I wanted to do everything in my power.
He was not doxed. That is so annoying.
For people to not believe that Dr. Smith was my surgeon, because I did not want the surgery ruined for me, because at the time it was everything. I went through a lot in that era, like constant tests, and it was stressful. It was a lot of money. But at that time, that is what I wanted and what I needed. And I didn't want anyone to ruin that for me, because I could tell that that's what was happening.
How would it have been ruined for her? I understand that people were contacting the clinic, but the clinic has dealt with popular patients before and has experience with receiving a lot of messages or calls. It's their professional responsibility not to give out personal info or to accept information from anyone aside from their patient about their patient. So professionally, for the clinic, it shouldn't have been possible for her surgery to be quote-unquote ruined. But she trusted the clinic so little that she believed they would accept information from unverified sources.
And that goes into the next question of, why didn't you tell us about Narcalert doxing your surgeon way sooner than this? Like, why didn't you tell us while it was happening? Because if I did that, that would have confirmed who my surgeon was. And I didn't want anyone to know. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ooh, what big important thing is she not going to lie to us about?
This isn't the first time I have had issues with the Narcalert.
Oh wow, her and Narcalert have had issues in the past. Who would have possibly guessed? I'm so glad she didn't lie to us about this extremely obvious fact.
and I didn't even say anything about it. Like, another really good example of that is, like, a lot of people think that I go on Reddit and, like, I get my subreddits taken down. I have never in my life done that. I'm telling you, like, hand to the universe, hand to everything that I love. I have never done that. I'm not a Reddit girly pop, and I truly don't care if people are on other websites talking about me on forums.
She always says that she's not reading off of other websites or reading comments, but then she'll come on in a new video and she'll be like, so a lot of people are saying this, and I want to address that. That's exactly what this video is. But how does she know that if she's not reading comments?
And things like that. Like, I don't care about that. Like, deep down, I don't. But the Narc actually got one of my subreddits taken down. She ended up bragging about it on her Discord, saying, like, I'm the one who got it taken down. And she was saying how, oh, everyone thinks it's Amberlynn, but little do they know it was actually me. And I never said anything about it because
what this situation was, one of Narc mods was getting accused of different stuff on the subreddit, and so that mod is the one that reported the subreddit. And what Narc thinks happened is that subreddit was kind of a copy of another subreddit that had already been taken down, and since it fell under the same name, they ended up taking that one down as well. I will say this though, which rubs me the wrong way a little bit. The accusations, I think, were surrounding the mod speaking with minors inappropriately. I'm not saying these accusations are true, but we've seen several cases where when this happens, the accusations are true. And I just hope that Narc looked into that situation and took it seriously, because that could create a whole nother mess. Basically, not saying it's true, I just hope she looked into it and took it seriously. So basically what Amber is saying is that Narc kind of mocked the fact that people were thinking that it was Amber that took the subreddit down when it wasn't. And we'll continue from that.
I personally don't want to put my energy into this woman. I don't like her. Her whole channel is very reflected around the fact that she thinks I'm a narcissist, while she is continuously showing narcissistic tendencies, like, and she can't even admit to them. While I'm over here where it's like, yeah, I do have my narcissistic tendencies. I am able to pinpoint them for you if you wanted me to. But for you
no, she's not. She absolutely does not realize how deep of a narcissist she appears to be. She can pinpoint little things, but the big overall things that make her seem like a narcissist, I can guarantee she cannot pinpoint.
like, dox my surgeon and, like, act like it's totally fine, take down a whole ass subreddit, brag about it, and say, ha ha ha, everyone thinks it's Amberlynn, but little do they know it was actually me. Well, I'm getting constantly harassed. Oh my god, I can't believe you would take down the subreddit. Like, how lame are you? Like, well, like, I can't with this woman, personally. So while everyone thought it was me taking down the subreddit, it was actually this reaction channel. I honestly don't know why she got the subreddit taken down, but knowing her is probably because they said something about her. But regardless,
again, it wasn't her that took it down. She did take accountability for it in her video and said that she'll take responsibility for it because her mod was the one that had it taken down. And no, it wasn't because people were talking about her. It was because people were talking about the mod in a very serious way, possibly false allegations, and so the subreddit needed to be looked into.
Of the reason, it would have been very nice for her to, like, maybe make a video and say, y'all, it wasn't Amberlynn, it was actually me. But of course she's not going to do that, and of course
she did do that. She did take accountability for it. I agree that it could have been done sooner, but I also don't think this was a major issue with the accusations that Amber had it taken down. I didn't even hear about this. Did any of you guys? I just don't think it was a big enough issue to need that much addressing.
Not going to admit the wrongdoing of doxing a surgeon. Instead, she wants to blame her audience, and she wants to blame Kicking Geese and everyone else around her. She even wants to blame me because I was sharing my journey to get weight loss surgery.
If you share too much information and people are able to find out who your surgeon is from that information, then it is partially your fault. I know that some people dig in too deeply to find some information, but there are also times when Amber has blatantly given us little hints of information that is enough to find whoever she's talking about. Also, if she wants to talk about blaming audiences, who has she been blaming recently for people not wanting to be on her channel, even though for years she has invaded people's privacy with her camera, which makes them not want to come onto her channel? Oh yeah, she's been blaming us. It's all our fault, guys. The reason she didn't get her cancer checked sooner, that was Beck's fault. The reason she's gaining weight, that's our fault for being bullies. The reason she abused her exes, That's her mental health's fault and her ex's fault for behaving in a way she didn't like. Everything is our fault or someone else's fault, yet she wants to say that another channel is blaming their audience. Look in the mirror. It's time to grow up, be a big girl, not in the way you currently are, and take accountability for your actions. Also, stating that your audience did something that you don't condone isn't blaming them, it's just stating that you can't have control over everyone in your audience, and they may have done things on their own that you did not encourage them to do. I'm sure Amber has done the same thing in the past.
Very, very aware of the fact that like people could figure out who it is. So I'm going to make sure to say things that would steer them in a different direction. And I know that is me lying, but
She started steering them in a different direction after they found out who the surgeon was, because before that she was dropping those hints of information that gave people enough information to find out who the surgeon was.
Doing it to protect my medical personal life. For those of you that I have hurt by...
I don't consider it very personal, I guess. I can understand that it is kind of revealing where she's going at a certain time, and it is revealing who the doctor is seeing, but I don't think it's super personal. I'm not super deep into the medical world, what's considered personal, what's not considered personal, so I can't speak very deeply on this.
Lying about this, I am very sorry, because that is never my intention to hurt anybody, but I had to choose.
So fucking dramatic. Nobody's hurt that you lied. We're just frustrated that you're constantly lying. This wasn't that bad of a lie, but at the same time, what's the point in lying? Just stop talking about your doctor. You can talk about your journey without talking about your specific surgeon or the specific steps you are going through to get surgery, because that can also kind of reveal who your surgeon is, because people can be like, okay, so she's following this specific process, and this doctor gives out this specific process, and that kind of allows people to deduct who she's seeing, if that makes sense.
Myself in that situation, and the reason why I'm talking about it now is because I finally feel comfortable. Like, I no longer see Dr. Smith. I don't live in Kentucky anymore. It's just at the time, I'm not going to sit there, talk about it, and that's the confirmation of, yeah, Dr. Smith is my surgeon. I couldn't do that. I wasn't going to do that. I was very, very upset about it for a very long time.
I also want to mention, Amber never once brings up trying to contact NarcAlert or any other channels to let them know that the information they were sharing made her uncomfortable. They can't read her mind to know that the information shared made her uncomfortable. If she did reach out, and then they refused to stop talking about the information on purpose to make her uncomfortable, I could understand that that would be going too far. Amber didn't reach out though. She just came out with it publicly instead, which is her choice. But she also likes to get pissy about other people talking about her publicly instead of directly messaging her. Destiny, Beck.
And yeah, I am actually still upset about it because it sucks that that happened. But I finally am feeling like better about the situation, where it's like, I'm gonna move on. Like, it is what it is. It happened. Now I'm ready to move on. But I did want to share the story with you guys because I told you that I would. I do want to thank everyone for the support during this time, and for people like
It's still so dramatic. The support during this time, as if she's going through a traumatic experience. Someone said the name and clinic of your doctor. That's all that they knew. They didn't spread anything about your mental state, anything about your physical state, none of that. They just stated your doctor's name and the clinic. I understand that people can then find a location from that, which could be iffy, but I don't think it's as deep as she's making it seem. Here's a part of her video after this one that ties into what I'm about to say.
I didn't want people to know what weight loss clinic I was going to be at. I didn't want people to know any of that information because that is somewhere where I was going to be attending, somewhere I was going to be going a lot. As you guys know, I had a stalker when I lived in Kentucky. Stuff like that just isn't okay to just reveal someone's place of doctor. Like, how, like, people are just like missing the point, and that's like really hard for me to like wrap my head around.
Hey guys, future Kim, little something I just realized. Did she or did she not give us her P.O. box with the name of her town and her state, which could tell us exactly where her post office is, and people would then know her location? Is it just me, or is that an insane contradiction? Because she gave us her P.O. box during the time she was preparing for surgery. So that tells me that she is blowing this specific situation way out of proportion just to make it fit her narrative that she's the victim, because she was the one that gave us her location first. Very interesting. I found the perfect screenshot for it too. This video where she's describing that she wasn't denied weight loss surgery, proving that this was the same time people supposedly doxed her surgeon and location. If her privacy was so important to her, and she was so hurt that people doxed her surgeon because it could put her in danger, why the actual f*** did she give us her location on her own? Also, sorry if I sound smug, it's my turn to be smug, okay, Amberlynn?
Even really dislike me. They're like, I might dislike Amberlynn, but this is not right. Like, I appreciate, you know, all of us standing together in that regard. I know no one's probably gonna listen to me, but just don't harass Narc Alert. Don't harass Kicking Geese. There's no reason to harass people, because that is like what I was going through, and it doesn't feel good. So I definitely don't want anyone else to experience that.
Pretending she's the bigger person. Again, she is the bigger person, but she's pretending that she's the bigger person. She always makes herself out to be a victim in these situations, simply so that she can come on and pretend that she's this big hero, telling people not to do bad things. It's really ironic.
Because it's not a fun feeling. It happened. It sucked.
I think I'm gonna end this video here. Sorry if it's a bit short. To sum up my thoughts, I don't think her doctor was doxed. They simply stated his name and where his clinic is. I do think the reaction channels did kind of dig in too deep for no reason. I don't think there was really a point in posting who her surgeon was. I do think they were also trying to see more specifically the specific program that she was going through, so that could be why they did that. I think Amber's being dramatic and playing victim as usual so that she can make herself look better. And that's basically my thoughts on this situation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. Don't forget, there's a Discord server linked in the description and pinned comment if you want to come chat or hang out. It's really fun, it's really chill, and I love chatting with all of you. Feel free to leave me a comment with your thoughts or feedback below. I respond to all of you, and you guys can feel free to talk about whatever you want to in the comments. I hope you have a great day. Bye!